listening to Welcome. Today, I'm going to do a book review video. You really enjoyed the last one, and I want to thank you very much for all the support that you gave this video. If you haven't checked this out, it will be linked somewhere, but thank you for all the support you give me. It's really encouraging to see that you like this kind of video, especially because they're my favorite kind of video to make. Anyway, all the books that I have here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 that I've read this month. I don't have much stats, but I'm way better organized than in the first video. I have my notes here, so I know what to say. Okay, let's start. Okay, book number 1. It is Spin the Dawn. I'm gonna read you the back cover. On the fringes of the Great Spice Road, Maya Tamarin dreams of becoming the greatest tailor in the land. But as a girl, the best she can hope for is to marry well. Then a royal messenger summons her ailing father to the court, and Maya seizes her chance. Disguised as a man, she travels to the summer palace in her father's place to compete for the emperor's favor and the coveted position of imperial tailor. If Maya's ruse is discovered, her life will be forfeit. But if she wins, she will achieve her greatest dream. Yet nothing could have prepared her for the challenge ahead. To sew 3 magic gowns for the emperor's bride-to-be, 1 from the laughter of the sun, 1 from the tears of the moon, and 1 from the blood of stars. Accompanied by the mysterious court enchanter, whose piercing eye seems to see straight through her disguise, Maya's journey will take her to the far reaches to the kingdom, seeking the sun, the moon, and the stars, and finding more than she ever could ever have imagined. So, Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lamb. I gave it 3 stars. Let me explain. I always write a short review of the books that I've read on Notion for the Suno. And the first line of this book review, meh. And I think it summarized my opinion pretty well. Meh. I've read it at the beginning of the month and I already forgot the overall plot. I'm gonna be honest. I was genuinely very excited about this book because I am a seamstress. I mean, an amateur seamstress. That's not my job or anything, but so a fantasy book about a tailor with romance that should be, in theory, the equivalent for me of, I don't know, finding gold in a puddle of mud. You know, very exciting. Overall, I thought that it started better than it ended. So it starts as obviously a Mulan retelling. If you know, Chinese girl going to take her father's place for the kingdom, whatever. Mulan. And this book is very similar to a book there's a war going on in the background. A powerful guy there falls in love with her. I would say this did not serve this book well. I had this weird feeling of deja vu, especially the beginning of the book and the sort of competition between old Taylor, which is very much like every other competition that has been written in every book in the last couple of years, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like we had a shit ton of book about competition. People need to compete. And so the competition aspect plus the more line retelling, whatever aspect, just deja vu. I just felt like I've read this book before. I think that the parallel between two books really disadvantaged this book for me, and this is why it could have been a 4-star, but just 3 stars. I've already read whatever is in this book, and to be honest, the characters are way more bland, too good or bad in intention, and the stakes are way less intriguing. And the main couple is horrendous. They fall in love in like three pages, which, you know, fits my rating. No, honestly, I don't think it's a bad book. Genuinely, I think everyone should try it. Plus, the cover is absolutely magnificent, so it's always look good in in the library. But I just think it's a pretty minor book. Second book was on my Kindle, as always. I adore the sound of the Kindle. Okay, the second book is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I gave it 5 stars. This book is really easy. If you ever wonder where I was in 2013, right, when I was still a teenager, and I didn't even know how to spell romance, okay? Didn't even speak English at that point. There's 90% chance that I was on fanfiction.net, reading all the werewolf stories I could find. All of them. Especially the one on like the Twilight Guild side. That was me. I was there. My obsession with these had reached a point where I was running out of fanfiction. I had read them all. That was really, really bad. So when I learned that there was a book called Bride that was published, and that the synopsis was basically a 2013 fanfiction, like genuinely, it really felt like someone had just taken all my fanfiction and made it a book, and that this book was for me, like specifically for me. So, like, warning, I am incapable of saying anything wrong about this book. I can't say anything bad. This is a book written for me. I've never read any of Ali Hazelwood's story before, so I didn't know what to expect. I know she's really famous. She wrote The Love Hypothesis and all this kind of book, but I've never read them. I was not really interested. I'm not a big contemporary fan. Spoiler for the rest of this video, there will be more Ali Hazelwood though. And this book was everything teenager me needed, really. like all the boxes. It was funny, it was cheesy, it was romantic. There was no like miscommunication trope, which I despise. There was no me alpha, you female type of thing that I absolutely despise. That's not true. It was exactly what I was expecting, so I could not be disappointed. It scratched all my good spots. It was easy to read, easy to get into, and I 100% recommend it for a summer read on the beach. It's really just easy to read. Next book was on my Kindle, so it's staying here, but I think it was part of my Kindle Unlimited that I unsubscribed to, so I can't see it anymore. Sad. But it is a very famous one. It is Twisted Love by, I think, Huang. I don't have the book with me, but I think it's Twisted Love. The first book in the very, very famous Twisted series. And I gave it what it deserves. 2 stars. I will be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be even mean. So if you like this book, please don't take it personally. But there's absolutely no reason that the Twisted series is that popular. I've already read Twisted Games last year. I just read Twisted Love, so that's 2 out of 4. I think 50% is a good point to give an opinion. I thought that Twisted Game was an okay read. I thought the characters were pretty childish, especially since one of them is supposed to be a royal princess. It's like imagining Kate Middleton acting like a 5 years old, really. The plot was unbelievable, but I mean, usually when it checks my cheesy romance requirement, I don't really care. I thought it's all I needed at the time, so I didn't mind either. So, however, this one, Twisted Love. First, I did not believe anything that I was reading. Characters talks like badly trained AI. That's my best way to describe it. They have one personality trait each, and this is basically grumpy sunshine. That's all you'll get from this book. I've created Sims with more personality, with more character depth. I think it's terrifying, and it's not even a good personality. Grumpy sunshine. No, he's not even grumpy. He's borderline rude at this point. Just annoying. He's really pissing me off. He had like those emo teenager. That's me being angry in ASMR mode. The plot is. I'm reading my notes, sorry, but I wrote the plot deserves to be read with the circus music in the background because of how unbelievable it is. And as I said, I don't mind if it's unbelievable, but it's fun, it's cheesy, whatever. But there's a thing called the suspension of disbelief, which basically means that when you read a book, you agree to believe everything you are going to read. Like, if someone tells you like fairies are real, you know fairies are not real, but suspension of disbelief for the next hour, they are, and it's okay. But it's only work for as long as the world presented is coherent in itself. And I wouldn't say it's incoherent, but I did not believe a single second about anything. These characters that are supposed to be like students, or was he a student? Yeah, she was a student, I think. Unbelievable. Like, I don't understand she likes him, why he likes her. I'm really confused. The dialogues were horrendous, as I said, written by AI at this point. The plot. I'm so sorry if you like the story, but I'm even more confused why you liked it. I would say Twisted Games is a fun read. This one is just like the plot twist. There is a plot twist at the end, and I did not see it coming because I think it did not deserve to be existing. What the hell? I finished the story. I'm gonna be honest. I finished the last 20% of it just clicking, reading one line per page and just clicking, just so that I could be over quickly. It's just I didn't like it. I'm sorry. He starts singing at some point. Oh my god. This is my non-fiction book of the month. I'm trying to have one or more every month. And this time this is a book written by Carrie Goldberg, who is a lawyer specialized in sexual assault, stalking, blackmailing, revenge porn, and all the other forms of sexual crimes, really. It is a bit hard for me to describe this book, and that's probably the reason why I didn't give it 5 stars. This is not a biography. This is not a true crime book either. This is not a book about law, strictly speaking. It is a book that explores different forms of abuse, mostly sexual, made on women and some men in the digital world. She explains the past, present, and future of the legislation. This was very, very interesting. She's very knowledgeable, obviously. Very informative and very empowering. I think that Goldberg has been doing this job for a while, and even before this digital crime were even a thing. So she really has an insight of how it was before, how she fought during, and what's happening now, what will happen in the future. I recommend it, especially if you were a victim yourself or you want to prevent being a victim. Okay, second to last. Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I told you she would be back. And I gave this book 3 stars. So since I liked Pride, I thought I would try another Ali Hazelwood story. And I chose this one because all her books are very similar, I'd say. And this one was the one who spoke the most to me. The other one, I think the most famous one, The Love Hypothesis, about rivalry in science, whatever. It's also a Kylo Ren fanfiction, good for her. But I'm not a science girl. It really didn't appeal to me. So I went for this one. It's about chess. I realized I never read the synopsis for all the books. That's on me being super organized again. So this story is about a rivalry in a chess tournament. This girl has swear to never touch chess again after something, we don't know what happened a couple of years ago. And she has to do it for a friend only once and end playing against the current world champion, who is young, rich, handsome, whatever, you name it. And she beat him. He becomes obsessed with playing with her because she's just not like other girls, she's not like other players. I'm describing it very badly, but it's actually better than you think. I like this book. I like this book. But relationship between the main character and her sisters. She has two sisters, I think. And the mom, I was 100% involved in it. I really liked this aspect. It was really touching, really natural. Really, I have a big sister, so I know about the fighting, the arguments. Really liked it. The end, however, I would say was bad, but does not exist. There's no end to it. We built up the whole book about this last game that they're gonna play against each other, the final of the World Championship chess tournament, whatever. Like, it's building up to it. It's what she's trying to avoid, what he's wanting, because he absolutely loves playing against her. It's the biggest, like, tension in the whole book. Who's gonna win that game? And it just, she skips it. The author just skips it. There's the day before they talk, and then there's an epilogue-like chapter, article from a newspaper explaining that it happened. One of them won. Ta-da! It's really underwhelming. It's the last book is, I don't have it. I have it on my Kindle, but the cover's not really pretty, so I'm just gonna put it here. It is the Chronic of Bridgerton. I don't know how I call it, but it is Seducing Mister Bridgerton, which is the fourth book in the series by Julia Quinn, which is the book that were adapted in the Netflix series, the Bridgerton, and it is the book about Colin and Penelope. And if you're like me and you watch Bridgerton, you have watched season 3, and if you're like me, you were not disappointed because the season's not done. They only released part 1, but I absolutely adore Penelope. I adore her, and I was so excited about her season. And I thought there was not enough of Penelope and Colin and in their own season. Francesca, for example, has such a huge screen time, and I understand totally. I haven't read the book, but I understand totally that it's needed for her season. But I don't care about her. We had so much of Mummy Bridgerton getting a crush on Lady Densbury's brother. This I can deal with. I thought that was cute. But we had the whole couple that has a boxing power. Why do I care? I really didn't care about them, but they had so much screen time. I just thought that overall there was just not enough of Colin and Penelope. So I had to read the book. I'm halfway through, I think. I'm just gonna put it there because I'm gonna finish it and forget about it by the time I'm doing the next one. As of now, I like it. I've read a lot of review about the Bridgerton series, and I completely understand a lot of the criticism. A lot of people say that it is repetitive from one book to another, which I understand. However, I have not read the others, so I don't have this feeling of repetition. They said that there's a lot of